Hello, my name is Abe, and welcome back to Monster Train. Let's refocus a little bit on what we need to build in our decks in order to defeat the last divinity. Strong units, strong spells. Let's see if we can maybe make a run work here. Last run was a lot of fun, but I, don't really know what we could have done to do differently. Probably a lot of things. Let's take that lesson learned and, continuously, hopefully, get a little bit better, at least at thinking about the final fight and the tough enemies that we're going to be fighting getting to that point. Pardon. We are fighting Buff Debuff Seraph, Talos, and Fel. Talos gets armor on Slay, at least it's not the one that pushes your units around, and Fel is armor and spell shield. Not a big problem. Buff Debuff Seraph can be highly annoying, especially with rejuvenation, spikes, and rage, but armor at least will maintain. We know what we want in this type of a deck. We want a holdover, intrinsic, plus 30 damage and piercing Glimmer. We want lots of armor generation cards so that we can tank up for various enemies. Sharpen. The spikes does help, but you have to get 25 spikes to kill those 25 HP units that will be summoned at some point on the run. So, I don't know. And this is the standard champion, the Rage one, who I hear is not that good in the last Divinity. I think that the idea is that it takes too much effort to kill the enemies on the last Divinity because they have so much health that you don't really get a lot of kills with your Rage champion. But because of spikes, maybe we can play around with that. Well, we will go with demon units get multi-strike. You had to think about it for like a half second. Nah, we want multi-strike. Now the champion is not a tank, but to give the champion armor on a kill and then give him spikes via like sharpen, or give him armor with welder helper, we can keep him alive for quite some time. And we need a tank at least early because demon units will get multi-strike. We want things that can tank up. Reaper is really nice, and on Slay you do get stronger, but I think we want Slay, Revenge, Rage. I think it'll work out well for us. It certainly is hard to work with. This is like no problem. It certainly is hard to work around, but I think we can make it work. So even like immediately, we can wipe every floor that spawns. We do this. Oh no, you're dying. We do this. Oh no, you're gaining 15 HP. What? Yeah, well, that's the whole reason that this works is that enemies attack us, they die, we gain the 10 armor. On death, we also gain 2 rage. In fact, I can torch myself to give myself even more rage, but we should be able to kill the disciple as they move up. So I'm just gonna give you an extra 20 armor. And the entire reason, well, one of the reasons why I took the, I can't kill you. One of the reasons why I took this champion was because I knew that early game, he can carry us for quite some time. And if we can make him work with armor and rage, let's give it a shot. So we can buff him with even more spikes. Seems like it's not gonna be super necessary. We can buff him with root seeds. We can maybe just buff our imp, honestly. The collector is impossible to kill. Yep, no torches on this turn. You have to admit that's kind of unfortunate. I really did not expect to get literally no torches. But oh well, I'm just gonna buff our imp, I suppose. I don't know. What are you doing? Well, let's buff you even more. Maybe we should have killed our own imp, but I don't think the one, rage is really gonna matter that much. And already our champion has 124 armor. I mean, this is exactly how we want to build. It is just gonna be tricky to get to the point where we're surviving when we start getting the Pack Shard enhanced enemies. It is gonna be very tricky. So Fledgling Imp, to get more rage on our champion would be kind of sick. But Hidden Passage I actually think I prefer. If we can put all of the units behind the Hornbreaker Prince by ascending them, then as we get big demons with multi-strike, we can just let him be the tank in theory. Even if we have other units be tanks, he is still a good tank. Well, rather, we would still want to have units behind a good tank, even if it is our champion or another unit. We don't care, as long as it's, you know, something behind. So restoration detonation, good for a heal. Vine grasp though, really good just to kill a unit, or to move enemy units around so that we can, you know, more specifically control the order in which we get kills. Admittedly, we do have a bunch of torches. I actually don't really feel like we need much, but I think I will take a restoration detonation just for a heal. I think because we have torches, I don't really want vine grasp. I think that's my analysis there. And we will check out the left path, I think. I want to see what we get as far as unit upgrades go, and we will be able to get a Hellhorn unit. Because demons have multi-strike, I think that's pretty nice. And we can, more multi-strike on like an Alpha Fiend would be fantastic. Instead, we get Rail Beater and Steelworker. Rail Beater is a bit of a tank. Steelworker applies armor to friendly units every turn. That's very good for survivability. I think we can take this early and we can buff him. Give him a whole bunch of damage and more multi-strike. He can work pretty well. Heck, we can put a unit inside of him and buff his attack later if we want. So yeah, I like that. Rail Beater for the melee weakness on hit is nice, but he's never going to be a tank for us if we have our champion as a tank. So I think we will go Steelworker. I think we will give him multi-strike. We can give him plus 10. I don't think we want to give him plus 10. I think we just want to make him stronger. And then wait for like a large stone or something. Pardon me. Or what we could do is just give him plus 10 now. He's a good unit for the time being. Yeah, he is. And then how would this work? We would put something else inside of him. Yeah, okay, you know what? Let's give him the plus 10 each. Well, he's gonna give armor every turn to himself. Give me the plus 10 damage. And we're just making one good unit for right now, but I think that's okay. Plus 30 magic power, purge, and cost -1. Nothing here I think is anything that we want magic power with. Armor 10 and summon apply armor 10 to friendly units. A welder helper and a welder helper could be good if we can make our welder helpers endless, etc. But I don't think we actually want to buy any of these pack shards right now. They don't help us. You know, we have units. Sure, we have like imps. But nothing would really benefit from being melded together, so I don't think this is something that we want, at least not right now. Okay, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do one of these, and we're gonna do one of these. I want you to have the armor, because we might not be able to draw, yeah, this is unfortunate, but we might not be able to draw our sharpens, which is what we ideally want here. So you're getting hit for 6 damage. Then you will have 8 more damage. You'll have 25 damage. You will not be able to get a kill. If I root seeds you and torch you, you will get a kill on the first hit, which means you will gain health off of the attack. But I got a question. Why are you only taking 6 if you hit and hit spikes? Because you're gaining 5 armor thanks to the Steelworker. So we need to buff your damage to 30. Torch takes you to 21. 22, 23, 24, 25. You get hit and gain rage 4, which is 8 damage. I just want to see if I can do this while torching the collector. I don't think we can, but if my math works out, the Steelworker will kill the collector anyways. Because if we buff your damage to 30, you'll get the kill here. So we want to root seeds, torch yourself, Now you're healing because you're getting a kill, you're getting armor back, and then we're also killing the collector because of our multi-strike on the steelworker. Okay, that worked out pretty well, honestly. Better than I thought it would. And here, I mean, I really think you just want sharpen. Yeah, it gives you so much value. The sharpen means that these support units are getting killed on our champion, which means that we're gaining strength off of that. And then here, I mean, honestly, I think you just sharpen again. Might as well root seeds your multi-striker. You want to have, I think, enough damage on your champion so that he can get kills and gain the armor, but enough health on your, or you want to put all of the excess damage on your backline units. So Rage, I really do like, and I really enjoy this card. I've had good experience with Ritual of Battle. On the Steelworker, we can apply a bunch of Rage stacks. We are fighting a buff debuff Seraph though, which makes me very, very scared of running this strategy. But Vent is a good card. Vent is a card that if we give it plus 30 magic power and holdover, this can kill waves for us when we get to the last divinity fight. Except that we want our champion to get kills every single turn, don't we? So is that really the best option for us? We do need some way of killing waves. It's a good way of killing waves. But Rage is just more damage. And we have no Rage enablers right now. It's a very tough one. We need magic power to really make Vent worthwhile, otherwise it's going to cannibalize kills from our champion. I think we take Ritual of Battle here. And I really do think that more sharpens are the way to go. We need as many of these in the deck as possible so that we can get to them. We need to play them on our champion so that when anything hits them, they die. And if we can get to that point, our champion will be able to live and tank up. This combination has worked well in the past. I haven't tried it with the Last Divinity at all, but you know, this is all kind of getting new to me. Pardon me, just clearing my throat on occasion. I do think that we want another unit, and I do like Hellhorn units because of the fact that demon units get multi-strike. We're going kind of heavy into the multi-strike and demon units, but I think it's the way to go. So we'll check the Merchant of Steel. Endless would be good too. Quick, I don't know. Quick would be better on maybe Sweeper here, but let's see what we get. It's the exact same units. Goodness. Fantastic. Resolve, apply armor 5 to friendly units. Well, we could put that on a Steelworker, but I want the Steelworker to have damage. We already have health gain off of our cards and off of our units. Like, I really hate to say it, but this might be a skip. What's coming up next? Look at the map. We're gonna be fighting Talos. We'll get a unit banner after the fight, and then we can go and get another Hellhorn unit and duplicated cards and gain more money and a Divine Temple to boot. That does seem to be pretty good. But like these units, I don't want these units. I really don't. Strike, apply melee weakness. Who cares? I can't put that on the Steelworker. I could put something else on the Rail Beater, but I like the fact that we're getting armor every turn. I think this is a skip. A second Steelworker doesn't do it for me. Now, another unit is pretty good. And if we can put 2 Steelworkers on the same floor, that's actually kind of sick. Okay, you know what? I'll take another Steelworker. I convinced myself, although duplicating the one that we have might be a little bit better. And we're just gonna go straight for the reroll. I mean, we can literally make another Steelworker, huh? I think I'm just gonna do that. It's not really a very good roll, I think, but I'll take it. Friendly units get plus 10 and Heartless. Upgrade a unit with plus 25 HP. We have armor. We could completely negate our necessity for health by taking friendly units have plus 10 HP, and that will work on the Prince, but then I can't use Branding Right on him to give him even more armor. But we wouldn't use our restoration detonation either, and hopefully our units don't take damage anyways. So I actually think that Petrified Heart's not that bad. We can remove our one heal card that we just added, and that's not a big deal. It's certainly a little scary, I will admit, but I think we can make it work. And then do we want gold? There's a lot of Divine Temples coming up, I will admit. If we take the gold, we can save it, and then here, get even more gold. I think we'll grab it. We're not doing anything with our money right now, but that's okay. Threat level essentially 0. Stay light, fly under the radar, let's see what happens. Now, this is a fight where we want to be on the top floor whenever possible. So, you get out, you get out. You don't get any more health, unfortunately, but you're gonna kill these units as they make it up. We will grab spikes, hopefully soon. There it is, has to be played. It's like the #1 important card right now. And now we're set. I don't think anything's gonna get past, actually. Everything that hits us is just gonna die immediately. You have 5 HP, well guess what? You're gonna die when you hit us now. And, I mean, I'll be honest with you, I think we just, like, buff your damage, just to make sure that, you know, we kill the next wave as they move up. We do need to upgrade spells to make everything significantly cheaper, and hopefully we will get there. It's a work in progress, though. And we're gaining 5 armor every turn off of the Steelworker as well, which is really nice. It just means that we have, you know, more stuff coming. So I'm just gonna ascend you. Our Rail Beater is, you know, killing things that make it past our champion. Our champion's still getting strong. What do? I guess you just play a Train Steward. I mean, our champion is so good early, and we took basically no trials, that at least early, it's gonna be really easy for us to make good progress here. We're gonna have no problem staying alive. Now, when we get to Seraph, I have no idea. Buff debuff removal Seraph is kind of a pain in the ass, but, you know, so far this is kind of trivial. Hopefully it stays that way. We do not have a lot of imps, and this only deals damage to the front enemy unit. Double Rage is pretty good. Spike of the Hellhorn is also pretty good. I've come around on this card. To gain rage and gain more damage and maybe be able to get a kill is quite nice, especially on our champion. I will take Spike, but we do have to upgrade it. And now we really want something like an Alpha Fiend. Or a Demon Fiend. And in fact, I think we would take a Demon Fiend, put it on one of the Rail Beaters, and all of a sudden we have a... We have 2 of them, right? Where are they? There they are. We have a 50 times 3 unit that gives 5 armor to every other unit every turn. And we can immediately double this guy as well, because there is going to be a Hell Vent. Or we could meld and then duplicate, which might be a little bit better even. So we can totally make this work, I think. And a Demon Fiend is extremely great. Now, an Alpha Fiend is also good. It scales during a fight, but the Demon Fiend is just good to begin with its max damage. So yeah, I think we want Demon Fiend and meld it into the Rail Beaters, and then with our Ascend card, if we can get this card early, if we can make it innate holdover, we can ascend everything to the top floor, which would be great. And then our demon units would be doing like 300 damage a turn. And our champion, if we upgrade him, he'll eventually be doing Rage 5 on Revenge, which is 10 damage every time he gets attacked. That's pretty good as well. Yeah, I think we can make this work. I think we can make this work. We want the Demon Fiend, so don't skip. Strike is really good though. Like really, really good. Plus 30 attack is worth 6 strikes. I guess what I worry about is, and I'm thinking in terms of the divinity, I'm thinking of what happens if our champion is killing everything off of spikes. In that case, we're not getting a lot of strikes. We would like the damage immediately, and the health is also really nice to keep your units alive. You don't scale, but we have Rage we can play and Root Seeds we can play. So I think we do want Demon Fiend. And I actually do think we want Draw. We need to make our our spells cheaper. That will happen. But I want Draw to get to the spells. No, we definitely need Energy, don't we? We have a lot of 2-cost cards. I'm gonna take Energy. But I think we're taking Draw after this. What are you? Choose a Divine Artifact. When you play your 3rd card, draw 2. Friendly units get plus 10 health. Pyre starts with 30 armor. Give me 30 armor. I just want to take no pyre damage in the next combat, and I think we'll be okay. I think we want to meld then duplicate, so we don't have to go to the right path now. We could go to the right path later. We don't need Merchant of Steel anymore, so we'll probably go to the right here to gain health and artifacts, or we could go to the left path and then remove 2 cards, which would be good. There's a Hell Vent here and a Concealed Caverns. This might be a good right path for duplication purposes. So, what about, I'm thinking left path here maybe actually. Pyre health, removal, gain an artifact, meld, and then here, duplicate your Hellhorned. Here, upgrade spells and remove 2 cards. Here, upgrade spells and remove 2 cards. We're gonna have to take some trials to get to 100 Pyre, 100 pack shards, but we can do that. That's no problem. We might even remove a Steelworker if we do meld a Steelworker, but that's okay. Yeah, okay, I like this. You know what we should have done? We should have multi-striked and then saved an upgrade slot on the Steelworker. That would have been a little bit smarter. Yeah, let's go left. Heal up. Remove 2 cards. We have a lot of garbage. Gain an artifact. Just wanted to check. Your Pyre gets plus 15 or Rage adds more damage per stack. We want Rage adding more damage. We do want our champion to gain more armor on Slay triggers. Then we want to meld the Demon Fiend inside of a Steelworker. We should have definitely waited for the second upgrade because, you know, plus 5, plus 10 doesn't matter that much, but the extra raw damage would have mattered a great deal. But, you know, lessons learned, basically. Is 55 health enough? It better be. I like the armor gain on this guy, I will admit to that. Now, plus 30 magic power. We could put that on a torch. If we get holdover, this is a great damage spell. But really, I would like Event. I know we didn't take Event earlier, we took Ritual of Battle. Now that we see this spell, I would prefer to have Event. What's coming up in the future? Another Divine Temple and another Divine Temple. We still have time to build a good vent if we find one. I don't know if we will. We could get a Glimmer as well. So I think we leave, we don't upgrade our spells. Spells are important, and I know that we're not really upgrading our spells, but we have good enough units that I think we'll be okay. And even here, oh, well, I don't know about this one. That's a lot of extra incoming damage. I don't know if our champion can handle plus 6. And you get stronger every floor, and your friends get stronger every floor as well. Gains 35 HP, Slay Armor 15. You'll be doing 12 damage, you'll be doing 7. You know, I actually do think we can make it work. I think it's gonna be very tough, but I think we can keep our champion alive. I think we'll be okay. Your hasted is the only problem, but the benefit to that is that we can just play on the top floor, and then you might even make it to the pyre. No, you're not, you're gonna die. We can just play on the top floor, and when we summon a unit here, we can ascend it later. So we want the Hornbreaker, we want the Steelworker, We want sharpen. And now we're getting kills on these units that move up. We could even remove your haste, but I don't think that's appropriate. I think we want to make sure we're getting kills and whatnot. So I'm just gonna give you a little bit of bonus rage. We've got to upgrade spells, so that's got to happen soon. Everything here is dying and our health is perfectly fine. You'll love to see it. You get played so you can be ascended. You'll give everyone armor when you get up there too. There's no reason to play Restoration Detonation, so have a tank, and then you can take the damage, unless you would prefer it. We're never gonna get a kill on, you know, this guy. At least not yet, but we are gonna gain some rage when we get hit. 3 times, that's rage 9, that's 18, which is actually 27 damage. I don't know, we might get there. I think we gotta give our champion the best chance to gain the damage. And he's gonna hurt on this turn for sure. He's actually dying, but he'll be fine, don't worry about it. He's taking 26. Now he's taking 11. Yeah, he's taking a hit. He'll be okay. Don't worry about him. He's a big boy. He'll take care of himself. We did get enough damage that we killed in 1 hit though, so we are gaining armor off of the first hit. Now you're healing for 16. Ascend is gonna be next turn. Everything here is gonna die in 1 hit anyways. I don't think I don't think we need to give you any more spikes necessarily. I think we just wanna give you more rage in the back. And then you can just take my imp, because I don't really care about him. Champion only has like 50 HP, which kind of blows, but that's good enough of a tank, hopefully, to get where we need him to go. And we're gonna give him even more armor now. And we'll give him even more spikes. Is that gonna matter? Not really. I think I'd rather just make sure that we draw and that the unit in the back gets stronger, because he's gonna live the longest. Now here's a question, do we want this guy to make it up a floor this turn so that he deals less damage? I think the answer to that question is yes. I want him to do as little damage as possible when he makes it up a floor. We would gain 10 armor between now and then, but I think this is what we want. And then, give me another Train Steward. Hey, we're doing 11 damage. He does have regen 9, but that's really not that much regen. So he's gonna do 12 damage, but we are probably gonna kill you. We do 147 damage a turn. You're still alive. Now we're only taking 9. I don't know how that works. I guess we just killed you on the second hit. It's really tough to keep your champion alive when you've got enemies doing so much extra damage, but we'll get there, I hope. Tiresome Climb is a decent card for a similar purpose. If you can ascend a unit and keep them on that floor, you can, you know, let your champion smack them without taking damage. But we want our champion to get hit a lot because of the rage. Inflame is a rage and an armor card. Works very well with double stack. Otherwise, a little on the light side as far as cards go. But you gotta admit that a little bit of extra rage and armor is pretty good, and we're kind of building around that, aren't we? Restore 5 health to friendly units, doesn't matter at all. Consume, draw -2 next turn, get +1 energy for the rest of battle. I hate drawing less next turn. The thing is that with the root seeds, we kind of have extra draw, but we do want to make our spells way cheaper. I don't think we want Pyre Grow. We could take it and just like hope that we win, but I think that's poor reasoning, poor logic. Okay. We have a lot of money. We could gain some good artifacts, or we could remove cards and get something from the Hellvent. Kind of think that artifacts might be worth more. We can always pay for card removal, I suppose. What do we get? 7 energy turn 1, +3 magic power. When you play your 3rd card, draw 1. Winged Steel is just absurdly good. Spell Chain is also amazing, and +10 magic power and piercing is good too. So I think we want 3rd card, draw 1. If we go energy, we can get 1 extra card draw out of the energy, essentially. I will reroll. +4 armor every time it's applied to friendly units, huh? That has kind of just broken our synergies, because now these steelworkers are going to give armor 18 every turn. Armor is wonderful right now, absolutely wonderful. Spell chain, gotta admit, spell chain and flame now with the armor gain is pretty decent, but I actually don't think we need spell chain on anything. I really don't. Like, I rarely want to, I want to get through the deck faster and remove bad cards. I don't really care about spell chaining anything. These cards don't really need to be played twice immediately, at least. So I think we just leave. I kind of hate to do it. We really need to take these packs to get to 100 coming up, but I don't think anything benefits the spell chain right now. We're really pushing the can down the road, though. This should be pretty easy for us, especially if our champion gets strong. Yeah, we're really pushing the can down the road a bit, but I still think it's the right call. So everything's gonna die in the top floor, and that's no problem at all. I want you guys to live so you can hit my champion and then hopefully die, so I'm just gonna buff you. That's perfect. That's literally the perfect card. And, I mean, I could, you're gaining 65 armor. I could give you more, but I think it's more valuable to do this. And then, I mean, I really want to play the Demon Fiend Steelworker so I can ascend him, but he'll take the kills. I really want my champion to gain an insane amount of armor off of these, so I actually think we don't play the Steelworker. I think we'll just wait. I think we just keep buffing him. Heck, we could Welder Helper him too, give him armor 24. Energy is not really a big problem, so you know what, go ahead, take that, and then, you know, take Rage 10. We're not even raging the backline units, but that's okay. Apply. How much armor is this gonna give you? 10? It's not 10 armor though, because it's armor plus 4, right? Let's see, you have 181 armor. Oh no, it is counting it. Apply 6 and then apply 10. So it is giving you 10 armor and 6 rage. Oh, wait a minute, you're living. Hold up, what now? Yeah, you are actually living, huh? Well, how do we deal with that then? Probably a sharpen to make you deal more damage. Unfortunately, I think you are gonna get through. No, we can totally do, no, well, I don't know if we can totally do it. If we ascend, no, you know what? If we ascend you, we're fine, actually. You'll die to the spikes, you'll kill him in one shot. Okay. A little scary. We also have to deal with this guy at some point, which makes me think that maybe a torch here is acceptable because we want our champion to get the hit in. We need to get rid of the units in the front, especially because they're gonna gain armor anyways. So I think what we do here is just keep buffing the crap out of you. We have 2 turns to kill this silent marksman in the front. I actually don't know if we can do that, but we'll see. You know what, we can do it. Oh no, you're dying. Oh no, you're not. You're dying. You'll die when my champion hits you once. I think we made a mistake not playing the Demon Fiend unit because we kind of had a problem with the big units moving up, and luckily we're able to deal with it, but we almost weren't. Oh, and I can't play the Steelworker because of the Train Steward. Ugh. I mean, I can play the Steelworker, but it's not going to do what I want it to do. And I really want the marksman to make it up here so that we can get the kill triggers off of them. So I don't really want to kill them with a torch or anything like that. So I think what we actually do is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. I think we play you here? No, you know what? I think we just play everything up here. Give you rage. Give you root seeds. There we go. Move on. Their stealth will purge over time. Don't worry about it. Let's give you even more armor. Root seeds, root seeds. You're taking 67 damage. Look, is it a lot of damage? I mean, kind of. If you have 80 rage and like 300 armor, I think you're okay. Double rage, very good. Inferno, I hate to say it, it's not really what we want, is it? We want units to hit our champion and die. The problem is that when they have 25 damage and they hit 3 times, or 15 damage and they hit 3 times, it's hard for our champion to live. We really do need to give him more armor faster, which we're kind of doing, but slowly. We need to get faster spikes out there, which is happening slowly. I don't think we want an Inferno, even though it is a great card. I think you take Inferno. Bramble Ash is not what we want, and Graft is not what we want, and Restore is not what we want. Skip those. I hate that we're getting all these like Restore synergies here. All right, what do we take? Probably card duplication. We could duplicate a Steelworker. Ah, we gotta remove cards. We can save money and then just remove cards here, because we're gonna go to a spell shop after Fell. We can kill Fell. Fell's not gonna be a problem. We don't need a Merchant of Steel. Our units are upgraded. Yeah, I think we do go to the right. It tops off our Pyre. We get a Concealed Caverns and we duplicate a card. And honestly, I think we duplicate Sharpen. I think we need as many of those in the deck as possible. We need to be able to get to spikes like 25 as quickly as we can. So we'll heal up, we'll take the artifact. At the start of your turn, add a Vine Grasp to your hand, enemy units get -1 attack. That actually helps a lot to keep our champion alive, enemy units being weaker. Being able to move enemy units around, though, is also really good. We can control who our champion is attacking and who is gonna be getting the kill on the weaker units. This is a tough one. This is a very tough one. Do we want enemy units just being weaker? 1 damage is rarely that meaningful, but to keep our champion alive until they get kills, it's nice. But repositioning units or killing a support unit with a spell for free, it's really good. But again, the problem is that the enemy units are gonna have 25 HP. Hell, if they have 10 HP, this isn't gonna kill them, it's just gonna move them. I think we'll take enemy units being weaker. Apply +4 and Burnout 4. Apply 1 sap and Frostbite 5. Spike of the Stygian. And we could take Spike of the Stygian, I guess. It just gives us like a little bit of sap control, but I still think we want Sharpen. Our deck is getting mighty thick. People say that, you know, you want 20 cards in your deck. Where the heck are you getting card removal? That's all I want to know. I'm looking for cards that make the deck work. I can't afford card removal right now. I need to upgrade my spells though. That's still the big thing for me. You go out. We got our big Demon Fiend, which is great. The statue has been killed. Units are making it up, but who cares? They're gonna die slow, painful deaths. This Steelworker can live, and then hopefully we can ascend it, but do we need to? It would be nice, but just wiping a floor would also be nice, but we actually do want the units to make it up and die to our champion, so I think we just buff the champion, and honestly, let's get the Steelworker out and hope for an ascend. That does not apply 4 armor. Oh, because it doesn't apply any armor, so it doesn't apply 4. I guess that makes sense. Everyone's dying to our champion, which is perfect. You might as well give more armor. You might as well get more rage and armor, because you got enemies to kill next turn. And then you, ugh, I mean, I don't want to give you more armor. That's a bit of a problem. So why don't we save the spike? I'll just dump him. I mean, nothing's making it up. Our units do so much damage that even if our champion doesn't get a kill, we're still making it up. Or we're still killing them before they make it up. You have to be ascended at some point, dude. I think we will still sharpen. We want to hit 10 because it'll kill these units as they make it up. Everything is still dying, so I think we will still play root seeds. We'll give you even more armor. There's another sharpen. The relic Winged Steel is dangerous because you could get past a spell that you actually do want to play, but I think it's fine. I think it's fine. You want to keep root seeds going. I think our last card is Ascend, which is kind of funny. We don't need the other rail beater, it's just a nice to have, you know? It's nice to have all of that armor gain locked up on one floor. I mean, honestly? Just keep buffing the champion, man. He's doing a good job. Now the armor here is kind of much, but we are still killing everything, which is pretty cool. You're gaining 16 HP, so you are taking a little bit of damage, but you know what? Have some more armor. Have more damage. Have more damage. There's another sharpen. We're only at 12 spikes, which is not enough, but again, hopefully we can just upgrade our spells, make it all better. See, now you're dying. The Quill Marksman is dying in one hit, so we're only taking 14 damage instead of 28 damage. It helps a lot. Dude, honestly, I think you just keep playing root seeds and spikes. I think you keep playing armor and spikes. I mean, we have 300 HP on this floor, which is pretty good. Also, you're sapped. We're taking 41 damage, but the boss is dying pretty quick. You know what we need? We need the Book of Multi-Strike, because if we get that book, we can make our champion do just an incredible amount of damage. We don't get it, unfortunately, but that's okay. We do have Reinforce, which is pretty good. Double armor. I mean, if our champion has like 100 armor, that's a great card. I don't know if our champion is gonna have that much armor, but hopefully. And I really think that card draw is important. We're about to make spells cheaper, so I'm gonna take card draw. We don't need capacity. But I acknowledge that we've gotta upgrade our spells. They are so far behind. Yeah, we need the stats and the armor gain. Double stack. Armor 24, rage 20, spikes 8. Or 4x rage, 4x armor. What's coming up next? Because we still need to get a lot of pack shards. I think we will take the money then. And we definitely need to make spells cheaper. The sharpens in particular need to get cheaper. The heck was that sound? I think something fell over in the distance. I'm gonna check this real quick. Major refraction or minor refraction. I don't think it really matters, but I will say, once we ascend a unit, we can put our units behind our champion. So I think like one major refraction and then an ascend totally works. We just play you on the middle floor and then we ascend you as soon as we can. And then you're still a good unit. Minor refraction means that We don't even need the Ascend though. That's probably for the best. That way we could, if we want, we could stack on the top floor on Divinity. Because the sweep isn't gonna kill our units, they will live due to the armor gain. Yeah, that is pretty good. And actually we can double up on the Steelworker by duplication. Which is the Merchant of Magic, unfortunately. But you know, I still like this. Make him small, and then we'll fit them all on the same floor. That's a good event. That's like one of the best events. Double stack, I still want Rage 8, Armor 14. I mean, that's a great card. I mean, we're gonna be happy when it shows up, but we're gonna be happy when Branding Right shows up as well. Armor 44. Keeps our units alive. Double stack Frostbite, double stack Spike. I think we do want Branding Right to have double stack, honestly. So plus 10 magic power. We gotta just put this on something at this point. We're not removing torches, we might as well buff them. Permafrost Hidden Passage we don't need anymore. Permafrost Reinforced to keep our champion alive is good. I also think that Permafrost Inferno for a nasty upcoming turn is really nice. And then plus 10 magic power, put it on another torch. -1, put this on, probably Branding Right to make it even more playable. And then let's purge a card, let's purge a torch. And move on. Now we gotta upgrade our spells coming up next. Non-boss enemy units enter with spikes 5, who cares? We've gotta upgrade our spells coming up. And we need to take basically everything from the upcoming temple. But we'll work on it, we'll figure it out. You guys are gonna be really easy to kill. I wanna kill you as fast as possible though, so I actually think we might start on the bottom floor. We will get a kill. But I think you're gonna live, actually, unfortunately. We'll get hit twice. Yeah, it might be better to start on like the... you're gonna add so much garbage to our deck. We're not gonna be able to play any cards. But can we kill you on the bottom floor is the question. We can do 100 and... We're gonna get another Steelworker next turn, so if you make it up, it's really not that bad. But we do 190 damage immediately. We're gonna get hit twice. We're gonna gain Rage 10, which is actually 30 damage. It's not gonna be enough. But we have Ritual of Battle, which can hopefully get there. Yeah, okay, so we'll do it like this. This is a weird opening move, but I actually do think we go on the bottom. And then I think we Rage 70 damage. It adds 30. 100. I think we Rage you. Because we'll get hit twice. Yeah, we Rage you. You still die. Just get out of my... I'll keep the card. We gain a little bit of armor. Now we're getting some kills. If we play you, we're gonna get even more kills. We also need to give you armor. Looks like you might make it up, which is highly unfortunate. You're dying at least. Only one unit's making it up, but I don't know how we're gonna actually deal with them. And you are gonna get away, I just accepted it. Hit, 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 kill. Hit, 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 hit. Yeah, okay. Doesn't matter what we play there. This guy might make it to the pyre and hit us once. Honestly, if he does, it's not that bad, but I can always just Inferno him if we have nothing else to do. I could Ascend Inferno, but I would love to be able to just give you more spikes to get kills. Although I'd have to play 3 Sharpens, which is impossible. 50, 50, 50. That'll do it. And that leaves us the opening to play an Inferno to stop you from hitting the pyre. The card stays in our deck, the self-mutilation, but at least we do deal with that unit. And our champion's doing just fine. He's starting to scale. Now, the tanks just get tankier, don't they? I don't even know if we're killing him in one hit now. Oh my god, we still gotta like buff ourselves. I think we gotta buff our second unit, our Steelworker. He's gotta get strong enough to kill this Gilded Wing. $187 damage. Now you're dead, barely. You're making it up, and I kinda hate it. I kinda hate it. We drew the torch at the wrong moment. We have another torch in the deck. We got a couple of them. We can probably kill you with a torch. And now we're like finally getting where we need to be as far as killing these units go. If he hits our pyre once, it's really not that bad, but we did get a torch. And, I mean, you're dead. We could gain 44 armor or double our armor. Either one would be acceptable. I mean, we're making it through these challenges relatively well, and we're gaining a lot of gold, and we're doing all of the bonuses here too. Ascend a unit and apply daze 2. We could daze the boss, Seraph. We could daze the last divinity. We could daze units that give spikes that are tanks, but we have an ascend already. I think we just skip. Rage Serum is good, but we gain rage already. Don't need any of this. Lots of taking nothing. Now, duplication or card removal, money, and upgrades. I think you go card removal, money, and upgrades. Duplication would be fun, but it would only be to duplicate a Steelworker and then have 2 small Steelworkers, but I don't think we need that. We need to upgrade our spells even more. We need to remove cards. What needs to be removed? Probably the torches. The imps, they're not good, but we can just play them to dump them. Upgrade a spell to cost -2. That's a really good upgrade to get. A free sharpen, for instance, is wonderful. An intrinsic card is also great. Like, we can make an intrinsic Inferno so that turn 1, we have a card that can kill enemies and buy us time. Or we could do a sharpen. But I think we'll get sharpens eventually that I don't think we need to play this immediately. I think being able to wipe a floor that we know is gonna be troublesome, I think that's the best thing for us. Now, can we do anything else with Inferno? Remove Consume, fantastic. Could remove Consume on Reinforce and then, you know, let it cycle around in the deck, just to make 1 super tank. Could also make Spike of the Hellhorn just gain armor infinitely, but we could make Reinforced cost 2 pretty easily. Or a Sharpen be free. Now, I think spells that cost 2 are probably okay. This is a very strange deck that we are constructing here, but it might get the job done. It just might. I mean, if we can gain enough armor, we can survive anything, in theory. But the enemies are gonna have so much health, can we even kill them? We have rage enablers. Yeah, I think you go for it. Upgrade a spell to cost -1. You might as well make the sharpens cheaper. Plus 10 magic power, you might as well make, you know, the torches almost get a kill on enemies. +1 attack per spikes, pyre gets +40. Friendly units enter with rage 3. It's actually pretty good. I don't think it's good enough. Okay, and those are useless. So we're gonna reroll. Gain double stack again. Well, unfortunately, I can't gain double stack twice. I don't think it works, though. Effect does not stack. I can't afford spells to be more expensive. They gotta be cheaper. We can make this consume. It doesn't seem that good. We have to take all three of these, basically. Well, we technically don't. We can just take these two, but I actually think the intrinsic on the Inferno is really good. Upgrade a spell to cost -2 on Reinforce. That seems really nice. A free Sharpen is good, but I think the Reinforce being 2 makes it way more playable. Now, again, unfortunately, I think we do need to meld, but we can meld so that it applies armor to friendly units, which is not that bad. It's gotta be, if it's gotta be done, it's gotta be done. And it's gotta be done for us to fight the boss, so. I guess we might as well put this inside of the Steelworker. So sack. Welder Helper, we're at 110, which is good enough. Hopefully this run works, I don't know. Seems like it might not be all that good. Especially because we're going up against a Seraph that kind of counters Rage, but who the heck knows? The enemies are weaker, we have Sharpens coming up, we're getting these kills. We might actually make it through this. Believe it or don't. So we're gonna place everything on the top floor. We're going all in up here. Keep buffing. We have Inferno. Again, we can play this whenever we think that things are gonna get a little bit rough. But I actually think with the armor gain, it's not gonna be that bad. You're still gonna be a bit of a problem though. But I think we do enough damage that we can ice you. So we want you to tank for the other one probably. You can gain more armor. We're doing 195 damage to Seraph. Seraph did purge our spikes though, which it turns out that's a big problem. Luckily everything is still dying, but it turns out purging our spikes is a big problem. We might be able to draw one, but we can't afford to play it. How are you all dying then? Hit, 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 hit. Attack. Attack, 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 attack. I guess we're just doing enough damage to kill them all, which is good. Now I should probably double your armor. That doesn't seem that bad right there, just to save 50 damage going up. So, could also play Inferno to ice enemies, but we should draw a Sharpen, and if we draw a in fact, we're guaranteed to draw a Sharpen. So these enemies will die, we'll gain armor, we will kill you, that's no problem. So yeah, I think we actually just torch you to get you out, and then we'll double your armor. It just saves us a big headache down the road, and we just need to make sure we have some sharps coming up so that we can keep gaining the armor off of the light wings. Like -29, +58. It's a good change. Now, to make sure that we still have sharp, we could play another one, but we're gonna shuffle and there's no weak enemies making it up, so I think we actually do stall. I think we'd rather just gain even more armor, or rage. For lucky, we can maybe get a kill on enemies moving up. Yeah. We'll do it like that. 200 armor on the champion, he does 159 damage right now. Now, we are getting targeted. Seraph does target your floors, so there's a reason why we keep getting targeted here. It makes sense. Enemies are kind of making it up right now, which is unfortunate. We only have 1 energy. How do we only have 1 energy? There must have been a Pyre Wing that Ember Drained us, and I was not paying attention. In which case, our Pyre is going to take some damage, but it hasn't taken any damage yet, so it's really not that bad. Although it is a little annoying. Let's see what our damage is looking like, because an appropriate Root Seeds might be able to do some good stuff for us. You know what, in Ascend, well, it would do a number on our Pyre, but it would get us some kills. No. You're doing 9, 9, 14, whatever. You are doing 3 hits. That's 15 rage, which is 45 damage. So we're only going to be at 147 damage. 2 doesn't really matter. But 147 means you're going to have 43 HP. So you're dying to this enemy, and then you're getting hit 3 times from him, and you're getting hit twice on the spikes. So a Root Seeds does not make it any more likely to kill you. Our Pyre is going to get hit. I guess Seraph summoned this enemy here, so we should have actually played the spikes last turn. It would have killed him. Saved our Pyre 14 damage. I guess I could kill him with this. It'd at least make sure that he's gone. Oh look, it's Seraph again, purging our spikes one more time. But I got spikes of my own. As long as we have 400 armor by the time Seraph attacks, we're not gonna lose. So keep buffing the spikes. We can actually like sustain 1 turn now, which I'm realizing we should be doing whenever possible. We do not want to torch enemies, but I will torch you just for the hell of it. We are Ember Drain now. I saw it this time. We have another Ember Drainer coming up too. We can't really deal with that, unfortunately. We just kind of have to accept it. You have an absurd amount of health, so you are living. How can we kill you? Well, probably very difficultly. It's difficult. I don't know. Doing 110 damage. 101 damage. You're getting hit 4 times. That's rage 20, which is 60 damage. You're doing 161. Doing 165 damage. So the enemy that with 290 health is going to have 125 HP. 125 HP. We're only hitting you once. I think we just want to buff, like, you. But that gives you an extra 15 damage. This also gives you an extra 12 damage permanently, though. I think we're okay with the torch. Just to try to output as much damage as possible against this guy right now. It doesn't change the math at all, unfortunately, but that's why we have Pyre health, just to kill units that, you know, lightly make it up. We haven't even used Inferno yet. Should really be running the math a little bit more, I think. But we should be okay, because that'll kill you. Everything's dying. We really should double armor. But I think I'm actually just gonna wipe this floor. I don't think we need the double armor. I don't want the Pyre to take any more damage. And we also have no energy this turn, which is gonna be a little bit of an issue. But like, our units are fine right now. Once we have 300 damage and 300 armor, nothing's making it through, although we are taking 261 damage on this floor. But we're living, we're making it through. And this was with, you know, removal Seraph, taking all of our strengths away. This is not a very good deck, though. Like, we can deal with the waves, but the big units that have 500 HP, they're gonna make it through. Our rail beaters are not doing enough damage on their own to deal with those enemies. So I'm a little bit left in the lurch here. I don't really know what we're gonna be doing to kill those guys. Even these enemies are gonna make it through. I don't see a way of dealing with them except for Inferno, which I suppose we can play next turn, and we can just like build up on the top floor. We actually gain armor on our units by starting on the top floor, so that's like no problem, I think. We'll gain armor 9 on every unit every turn and gain the rage. Actually, you know what? You know what? I think if we start on the middle floor, we'll gain rage twice as quickly, but we'll take more damage on our champion. No, I think we gotta play on the top floor. I think we need to buy as much time as possible for our good spells to come out and for our armor gain to start balling. So I think we will do this. And I think we'll even play Inferno immediately just to buy time, because these units they're gonna make it to the pyre. I don't see myself killing them. But you know what, we're gonna draw a rail beater and spikes by then. Will our champion be able to live long enough? Yeah, okay, you know what, I think I'm wrong. I think we do stall. Because we're gonna draw a unit, and we know it's the unit that we want to play, and now we're gonna be gaining armor every turn up here on this floor. And then spikes means that these enemies will purge their damage shields on hitting us. We'll kill one. The second one and the third one. We'll kill 3. This one's gonna live though. I could torch him and just wipe him, which would probably be beneficial. We're not gaining enough spikes next turn to wipe him. So yeah, let me just torch this one. I would like the spikes, but not having it is fine. This might be a pretty good Inferno. That floor might be making it up. That floor might be making it up. What do we have? Nonsense. What do we have here? Nonsense. You have 15 HP, 48 damage, and spell shield. Torch isn't gonna do it. Spikes. We'll have spikes 12. Not quite enough to deal with you though, but you will die when you attack us twice though. We'll lose a little bit of armor off of you, but you will die at the very least. The rest of these enemies, I don't know, I'm not running the math on those. So we could save Inferno for the next floor. Not this one, but the next one. This one up here. Because you will die when you hit our champion, even if our champion takes damage. Okay, so yeah, let's tank you up. You have spell shield. And 10 HP. You're giving everyone spikes. I don't really mind the spikes, I think it's fine. Taking a little bit of damage to gain rage is actually quite nice. I don't think I can give you an attack, unfortunately. To make you hit my champion is what I'm thinking. We could just buff the damage of this floor a little bit. 84 damage, 45, 50. I think we just want to buff the back guy because he's going to live the longest, regardless of what happens. I like the idea of attacking you though, because if you hit the champion and then die, we'll gain armor off of you. Actually, we'll net neutral, but we'll gain rage twice. So I think this is a good play, because you're not going to heal. I think this floor is fine. So let's just buff our damage up here. I'm glad we did not draw spikes. Honestly, if we draw 2 spikes cards, I think we're actually even more in the clear. You have 15 HP. You suck. You might make it through. I really hope you don't. But we have rage. We can buff the rage on our rail beaters now if we really need to. Rather, we probably should. You might make it to the pyre. Kinda hate it. What's the most important cards to play though? This floor has to go. This floor is insanely dangerous. You give everyone spikes. You know what I like? I like ascending the spiker so that they attack into us and die with sharpen, but then we won't be able to play inferno. And these units will make it to the pyre, and they do a lot of damage. So I think we don't do that. I think we accept that we're probably going to take a hit here on this floor. Man, we have to wipe this floor. We should have played Inferno before we shuffled, honestly. But I think we gotta wipe this floor. The enemies here, they just have too much health and they're making it through. You will at least, there's only one unit that's gonna be hitting you, our champion. In fact, if we ascend you and then ice this floor, that's probably for the best. You're gonna make it through and hit the pyre for 5. Who cares? Yeah, I think we ascend you and then ice this floor. I think it's gotta be done, honestly. Top floor is doing just fine. These enemies are really tanky. Okay, what's going on up here? We are killing you in one hit, the Darkwing Duck. You are doing 10 damage. You're doing 10 damage. You have 125 HP. You're taking 60 damage. So we're hitting you once with our Steelworker in the back. You're doing 45 damage here, 80 damage. Hit, hit, hit you. 52. You're gonna have 28 HP. 2 torches. Actually, 1 torch and 2 root seeds means that we can do another 52 damage to the Clip Guardian in the back. So actually kind of like this, this, and then this. Now you're taking 120, which is a lot better. In fact, a torch will kill you. We'll still have the weight of contrition in our deck, but it'll save the pyre 11 damage as opposed to 3. Because you'll go down to 100, yeah, you're gonna have 5 HP. So now you die. We're being very careful about how we play this, but it's working. You're taking 521. I honestly can't believe that we are so close to killing you. That's kind of absurd. I mean, I can definitely kill you. I would prefer the champion get the kill, but they're not going to. But we can kill you. The marksman with 15 HP, we really need to buff our champion's spikes to get to at least 15. We can get to 16 on this turn. So I think we need to sharpen. Sharpen. 1 root seeds kills you, but an inflame also kills you and gives us more armor on top of that. I think we purge this to keep our draw good. And just gonna root seeds the back that gets a kill. So we're killing the mini boss as they move up. That's unexpected. We're gaining armor. Now that we have enough spikes to kill these units, we're gaining armor once again, and that's just such a good feeling. Unfortunately, you are living. Day at the pyre, you're gonna have a little bit of armor yourself, but I do have the ability to stack up just an absurd amount of rage in our back line, which I think we need to do. So take 10 rage. Now you're dying. We're starting to get the ball rolling. Everyone here has spell shield. You're gonna die on the champion. You have a lot of health. You're annoying, but you're gonna die on the champion. 16 spikes. 3 sharpens will get us to a point where you die in 1 shot. In fact, 1 sharpen means that you'll die in 1 shot, but you only do 4 damage. You do give everyone else multi-strike, which is annoying. Sucks a little bit. Waves remaining 3. Buffing the backline is good, but I still think we give you more spikes. I want to hit that 25. Although now that I think about it, we only have to deal with this wave. This is our last wave, I think. And we might draw Inferno to deal with it on the next turn. Because in 2 turns, anything that happens on the bottom floor is not going to make it up long enough to live. So we just need to buff the top floor right now. Wait, you're living? +5? Pardon? Okay, well, you're gonna make it up to the pyre with 150 HP, which means you're gonna do 6 damage to it 4 times. 24, you're only doing 24 damage? Dude, that's not bad at all. I thought it was gonna be a lot worse. That's okay. That's okay. If I play one more spell, we'll take another 6 damage, but to get to 25 would be really nice. Like, I think our champion is gonna kill the steel slate down here. We do 600 damage right now, we're gonna start scaling. So I think we do play 1 sharpen. Now you're taking 3 damage. Is that good? I don't know. I think we buff your rage in the back, actually. Now you're taking 106. Things change fast. And we have 87 armor. We do need that armor doubling card. So these enemies, they're never gonna come into play. It's only gonna be the boss next turn. So I think we just need to give us as much armor as possible, which is Branding Right Reinforce, and then I think we win. We didn't get to 25 spikes, unfortunately, so that was probably the wrong play last turn, but I think we win. The top floor, I don't see it getting through. Yeah. Now, the boss does get more sweep damage, but we've gained enough armor thanks to the double steelworkers that we are surviving this now. Apply sap 4 to the attacked unit at a rate of contrition to your draw pile. Actually, if I ascend a unit, we can probably gain more armor off of this, because they'll attack into my champion and then die. We'll get sapped, but we'll gain rage to counteract it, and then also gain a little bit of armor to compensate. So we're losing 56 HP now. I think if we do this, we actually live better. Maybe we shouldn't mess with it, you might say. But like, I think it's actually okay. Yeah, we're only losing 3 HP now. How did that happen? Anyways. In can't gain armor 10. Maybe don't play any spells, just click end turn. So I gotta admit, Railhammer, extra armor gain, really helps a lot. Multi-strike on the demons. Really, that helped our rail beaters to kill things as they moved up, but it's really just spikes on the champion. If you have the rage champion and you have spikes, you can make it work. We even had the literal worst Seraph for us, and we still made it work. So that was pretty cool. Enemies killed on the top floor, new record. Yeah, if you can make it work, your champion on the top floor buffing the spikes still works. Good to know that it still works. I mean, I'm glad we got the victory. That's a pretty easy clan combination to get the victory with, though. We've done that before, and in fact, many of the challenges, that's the strategy that I like to employ. I hit new run by accident? No. A lot of these challenges where it's like, you only get your champion and all of your units are garbage, having the rage champion with spikes is, you know, it solves a lot of these runs here. Although fragility on your champion does suck, but if you can work around that, that's okay. Anyways, good run. Very surprised that it managed to succeed, but I'm glad, because maybe it means I'm doing something right, or maybe it means I'm getting lucky. I don't know. But multi-strike really was good, but not critical. Yes, it ended up being critical, but let's be honest, we got poor unit selection. We managed to make the armor work in combination with Railhammer and Winged Indulgence. That's not that bad. That's not that bad. And very glad we made Inferno intrinsic with Frost on it. As just an emergency card, I think it came in clutch a couple of times. Good run. For those of you out there in YouTube land, thank you very much for watching. Like the video if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe for more. Check me out on Twitch for when I go live. Support me at any of the links below in the video description. And I hope to see you here again for the next run of Monster Train.